This morning, I built 3 executive dashboards in Excel before lunch. That is pretty darn good. All right, and here's our final output. So it's explaining the dashboard components, it's showing what it's built for us. Claude is checking the math to make sure everything works. No BI team, no 4-day grind, just AI, revenue, costs, and headcount. The 3 conversations that decide your credibility in finance. And the crazy part? It didn't feel rushed. It felt controlled. Most finance professionals are stuck in a reporting loop. You export data, build pivots, fix formulas, format slides, and then you rebuild everything again next month. 3 days gone. Every month. Manual reporting isn't just time-consuming, it quietly positions you as the builder instead of the strategist. The people who move up aren't the best Excel mechanics. They're the ones who control the narrative. Now, today I'll show you the 3 dashboards I built before lunch, but pay attention to the system underneath. That's the real leverage. Now, let's start with the sales pipeline dashboard. If you haven't already, make sure to click the link in the description and join my free weekly newsletter, Finance Automation Insider. I send a copy every Wednesday with tips, tricks, and hacks just like this, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Plus, when you join, I'll send you a free copy of my guide to 15 5-minute finance automations. So click the link in the description to get started. Now, most pipeline reporting is optimism designed as structure. So this dashboard includes total pipeline, weighted pipeline, conversion rates, a 3-month rolling trend, and a simple forecast driver. Now, I'm going to pause here and show you the sales pipeline dashboard and how I built it. So we're here in ChatGPT. Now you can do what I'm about to show you with any of the major tools. I just happen to be working in ChatGPT, and you don't really need a Pro subscription. You'll get more outputs and more ability to customize with Pro, but you can usually do this with the free plans. So I've got a sales pipeline data set attached. Now let me show you real quick what this looks like. Now this is dummy data just from Kaggle, great website for data sources. I've got some customers, the countries, the sales stage, deal size, probability, all of the usual stuff. So this is the data set, and I've attached it right into ChatGPT. Now, I'm going to give this a pretty simple prompt to let it build a dashboard for us. And we're going to do this as an HTML dashboard. So it's actually going to build it right in ChatGPT. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dictate this in. Act as a data scientist. Build me an HTML dashboard using the attached data set, including total pipeline, weighted pipeline, conversion rates, a 3-month rolling trend, and a simple forecast driver. All right, we'll let ChatGPT transcribe that. By the way, one of the fastest ways to work with AI tools is to just talk to them. You can get information in so much faster. We'll make sure it's all there. Act as data scientist, HTML dashboard, data set, total pipeline, weighted pipeline, conversion rates, 3-month trend, and a simple forecast driver. It's all there. Let's send it away and have ChatGPT do its magic. All right, so it's already read and validated our data, and now it is going into thinking mode and working through the HTML dashboard from the Excel file. All right, and here is our dashboard back. So it's saying here's what's inside, and we can download it here. So here's the moment of truth. Also noted thought for 8 minutes and 5 seconds, and we were able to go do other things and not have to touch it. So we'll click on this. We're going to open up our dashboard, and here it is. Now, that is pretty darn good for AI. I mean, look at this. It's an entire essentially web page. We've got all of our validated, qualified, proposed, identified leads. Here's our pipeline, forecast drivers, 3-month rolling trend, essentially everything we asked for. And look at this. It's not just a static dashboard. We can actually go back in time and look at this. It changes down here. So as I go further back in time, more is validated. As I go further in the future, more of it is identified and needs to be worked through. We have sales channels, filter, stage. All of that was done automatically by ChatGPT. Now, you may be saying, well, this is really great. This is a cool way to build a dashboard, but how do I get it to be consistent? Because I don't want to have to regenerate this every time, risk it looking different, risk a different team member doing it. And that's where we're going to move to use AI tools in Excel. Have any questions so far? Go ahead and leave them in the comments. I read everyone, and I am more than happy to help. So sales equals revenue, and revenue is power, but revenue optimism can hide cost problems. And that's where finance either earns credibility or loses it. So a cost analysis dashboard is needed that can track our actual versus budget, our variance in our dollars and our percentage, maybe some waterfalls by category, department filters, and trend creep detection. Now, this used to take a day or two of slide building, but with Copilot in Excel, it can be structured, automated, and refreshable. When someone asks why we're over budget, there's no need to scramble and promise to follow up. You can just click. Now, let me show you how to build the cost dashboard. So here we are in an Excel file, and we've got Copilot for Excel open on the side. This is a simple GL data table. We've got our account, our version, so this is budget and actuals. We're looking at 3 different locations of our F9 Finance coffee shop, and then we've got month, year, and our values. So now I'm going to come over to Copilot. I'm going to turn on agent mode, which is just the most magical tool. You should definitely be using it if you aren't already. We're going to turn on agent mode, and that's going to let it work directly in the workbook and change whatever it needs to. Then we're going to go ahead and put the prompt over here. Unlike ChatGPT, where we can straight dictate, we don't quite have that yet in Copilot for Excel. So I've got a prompt ready to just paste in here. Act as a data scientist. Use the data table to build a cost analysis dashboard that tracks actuals versus budget, variance in dollars and percentage, a waterfall by category, department filters, and trend creep detection. So we're going to give it this broad task of building a dashboard. We're going to send it away and see what we get back. And the biggest difference, so this can do all of the cool stuff we saw with the dashboard straight in ChatGPT, but once it's built, once the dashboard is ready, all you have to do is update the data table and everything will adjust for you. So this makes it a lot more stable and a lot more usable month to month. So we'll see Copilot is already working through our dashboard, and again, it's building it right in Excel, so everything is going to be reusable. We can see some of the work coming up. It's still working on it to do some conditional formatting, adjust some variances. So it's working through all of the data, giving us, so far, we see exactly what we asked for, and we can also see it's building in some filters, just like we had the capabilities in the HTML dashboard. The great thing about working with agents is they'll check their work. If you haven't worked with agents, it gets you out of that kind of prompt response that you have with chatbots, and it will actually work towards a task and check its work along the way to make sure it's meeting the task and the goal that it's been assigned. And that's what we see it doing right now, is we see it verifying the structure, we see it checking everything, and then it's going to give us a summary of all the work that it did. All right, and here's our final output. So it's explaining the dashboard components, it's showing what it's built for us. So here's the 8 different things that it did. And here's our dashboard. Now I'm going to get rid of grid lines. I personally can't stand grid lines, just a pet peeve, so we'll get rid of that. So we can choose our location. This is a dynamic dropdown. You'll see everything's changing. Here's our actual versus budget summary. Here's the data for our waterfall chart. Here's the trend analysis for any cost creep detection. Here's our variances by location. There's the cost variance waterfall by category, trend creep over here. Here's our cost distribution by location, monthly cost trends. You can actually see the creep happening, right? So look there, the creep as you go across April, May, June. And then here's our actual versus budget by cost category. Are there things on here you want to tweak? Sure, but the great thing about this is if you look, every single thing is linked up and it built it all with formulas. So as you update your GL table, all of this is going to update for you. If there's any specific changes you want, you can just prompt agent mode and it will make those changes for you. But this gives you a fully reusable dashboard. It's a great starting point. And keep in mind the 10-80-10 framework. You only want AI to shoot to do 80% of the work. You want to do 20%. But you want 10% to be up front as you think about the task, plan the task, and give the guidance to AI, and 10% on the back end to clean it up and make sure it's exactly what you're looking for. Now, if you thought Copilot was cool, I've been working lately with a tool called Claude for Excel. It's for Claude from Anthropic. It's a plugin for Excel, not native like Copilot, but it's a plugin, and the results I've been getting are truly impressive. So that's the other one we're going to look at to build our third dashboard. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post brand new videos every week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. So if revenue gives you authority and cost gives you discipline, what does headcount give you? Well, it gives you influence. Headcount isn't just an HR metric. For most companies, it's the largest operating expense. So this dashboard we're going to build tracks total headcount trend, net hires, attrition rate, salary impact, and department breakdown. Hiring discussions shape margins, runway, and long-term risk. When leadership debates hiring plans, this is the dashboard that determines who's reacting and who's steering. If finance isn't modeling headcount properly, you're letting someone else control your cost structure. This is where you stop reporting on hiring and start shaping it. So with that, let me show you the headcount dashboard. So here we are in Claude for Excel. Now I've got a full file. This is an HR file with a bunch of different employees, all dummy data, of course. These are not people's actual jobs. This is all their pay information, their training, all the information you could ever want about it, and we're going to feed it to Claude. Now I've been really blown away by Claude's capabilities, so I'm not going to tell it much about what we want. I'm simply going to ask it to look at the data and build a dashboard that best pulls out the trends that executives would need to know. So our prompt is simply act as a data scientist. Use the data table to build a dynamic dashboard that will give executive level insights. And watch what Claude does here. Now, one of the biggest things you'll notice about Claude from Copilot, Copilot kind of sat there blinking for a while, thinking. Claude will explain what it's doing as it goes. It will tell you the steps it's going to take before it takes them. So I'm going to start by understanding the data. Let me read the data. Now it's going to get a broader sample. So it gives you the steps and you can really understand what's going on to a much greater degree than Copilot. I've also just found it is really good at the agent work of stopping to understand, to create a plan, and to execute against that plan. So we can see the plan coming together. It's saying, I'm going to build a new sheet. I'm going to put these sections on it. We can see it doing it again. Copilot, some of the work will kind of happen in the background and it will just start popping in like the whole tab just appeared for us. But with Claude, it's going to let us watch what it's doing so we can better understand the work. So now we see it's added the dashboard sheet, and now it's going to start adding in all the different sections that it talked about. And we continue to see more sections come in. We've got our key workforce metrics. We've got our workforce composition, performance and engagement analytics, diversity and demographics. And remember, we didn't guide any of this. It's doing it all for us based on a very broad prompt. So Claude's continuing to work, but what we see is it pulled in all the data and now it's doing all the charting and laying it out like it's a dashboard. I think it's also really interesting to see, if you notice what's happening in the chat right now, Claude is checking the math to make sure everything works. It's even going through that validation step and making sure that it's caught everything. All right, it's come back saying our executive dashboard is complete. Here's the sections that we have. Here's the workforce composition. Here's performance and engagement, diversity and demographics, training and development. And then it has 5 different interactive charts, and everything has been added in dynamically. So if we go to any of our cells, you'll see every single thing is referencing back to the data table. Everything is live. Everything is ready to go. Now, one thing it did is it didn't quite adjust all of the charts in the most readable fashion, but what I do notice is they're in the default Excel size, meaning that Claude is just not programmed yet to be able to move this around. We can certainly adjust that. That's part of that 10% that we're going to want to do, but the charts are all linked up. They're all ready to go. Look, and we can just kind of pop this down here, and we can do the final tweaking and cleanup for ourselves. We'll get rid of those evil grid lines, and this is our dashboard. So with a very broad prompt, Claude was able to interpret the data, figure out what the best way to analyze and visualize the data was, and build it. Now, how cool is that? So here's what happened after I implemented this AI dashboard system. Reporting time dropped from about 3 days to under 1 day total. But meetings became interactive instead of static. Month-end stress dropped, strategic conversations increased, and the best part, visibility with leadership improved for my team and I. We stopped being the Excel people and became the finance operators who steer the conversation. That's the real upgrade. It's not about ChatGPT, Copilot, or Claude. It's about systems and architecture. It's about building once and reusing forever. Imagine walking into every executive meeting with live dashboards that update in seconds. Imagine layering this onto cash flow forecasting, inventory risk modeling, or even doing a fully assisted AI month end. Now that's where this goes. Stop building reports, start building systems, and let AI handle the mechanics. And if that sounds like the direction you want to go, then you need to catch my video on building a fully AI run month end. I'll put the link to the video right here. This will take everything you just learned even farther. I'll catch you over there. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance.